Illegal Downloading of Music from the Internet by Stacey Hermosillo. The actual act of downloading music is to transfer a music file from an internet-facing computer or website to a user's local computer. The act itself is not wrong or illegal. It's how a person goes about doing it. That is why this definition is the same for legal and illegal downloading of music. Due to the sudden burst of MP3 players, downloading music has become an everyday occurrence for most people, and even with all the legal issues surrounding the bad practices of illegal downloading, some people still don't know the difference and/or what's so bad about it. To really understand the process of downloading music legally or illegally, it's important to first know and understand what an MP3 is. MP3, short for MPEG-1 Audio Layer 3, is a name for the standard technology and format for compressing a sound sequence into a very small file, about 1/12 the size of the original file, while preserving the original level of sound and quality. These files are available for downloading from a number of different sites. Many Windows users are aware that they have a player already built into their operating system. Also, players can be downloaded from several different MP3 sites. Popular players include Winamp, iTunes, and MPEG-123. MP3 files are created by using a program called a ripper. This program takes a selection from a CD and puts it into the hard disk. Then another program, referred to as the encoder, converts the selection to an MP3 file. MP3 files are usually download and play, and are usually downloaded from another source and then played. The ethical issues behind downloading free music stems from the fact that it's stealing. Most people could never fathom the idea of stealing from a friend's house or store, but when it comes to downloading music for free, most people can't see beyond the convenience. People can't seem to grasp the concept that the same rules apply. Not only is it considered stealing and against the law, it also threatens the music industry in more ways than one. Illegal downloading of music, otherwise known as music piracy, is any form of unauthorized duplication and/or distribution of music. This includes downloading, file sharing, and CD burning. A usual telltale sign is when the music is being downloaded for free. What has to be understood, though, is the fact that it's the result of breaking copyright protection laws. As said before, the action is illegal and has some serious consequences. Downloading music is one of the simplest tasks. It's as easy as opening up any peer-to-peer file sharing program, selecting the desired music, downloading the tracks to the computer, and then if desired, burning them onto a CD-ROM, or copy them to an MP3 player. This is a picture of a peer-to-peer file sharing program. Peer-to-peer computer networks is typically where the music piracy begins and ends. A peer-to-peer computer network is one that uses diverse connectivity between participants and the cumulative bandwidth of network participants instead of conventional centralized resources where a low number of servers supply the core value to a service. The act that is taking place on these networks is referred to as file sharing. It's the act that provides and receives digital files over the network. There are definitely negative consequences that come along with this illegal act. Even if a person never gets caught stealing music, they still will have to deal with the unwanted pornography, security breaches, and viruses. If a person does get caught, though, their actions could be subject for federal prosecution. The person downloading is not the only person in harm. Unfortunately, their selfish actions also affect the music industry, the musicians, songwriters, performers, producers, recording engineers, and others. The penalties for stealing music and, in effect, breaching the Copyright Act directly depend on whether the crime was committed with the intentions of personal or commercial use. There is so much more involved in the process than just being told to stop. A music pirate can be imprisoned for up to 3 years with as much as $250,000 in fines. A repeat offender can be imprisoned for up to 6 years, and the RIAA, Recording Industry Association of America, can sue up to $150,000 per illegally downloaded file. Individuals who commit this crime can and most likely will be held civilly liable for actual damages and lost profit within the industry. Illegal downloading of music seems to be exceptionally popular amongst the college campuses of America. The campuses have proven themselves to be a huge source of the music industry's problem and has a huge reason for their loss in profits. As a result, the music industry has started coming down on those committing this act of stealing in those locations. Students who are caught are subject for punishments that range anywhere between a simple warning email to suspension. Even with the colleges backing the industry, numbers of students stealing music over the college networks have grown. For some reason, the risk of being suspended doesn't outweigh the free music for these students. It kind of makes you wonder why most computers come with software to rip music as well as the ability to burn CDs, or why MP3 players are allowed to be flying off the shelves in most stores. The answer to this is really quite simple though. All of these things that enable people to steal music have legitimate and legal uses. For example, the MP3 player are usually intended for the use of personal backups to already paid for music. They are created for the convenience of the consumer so that they could have their music anywhere they wanted. These items were intended to make life easier for the consumer and allow them to be able to do that much more from the luxury of their homes. Given these luxuries, though, people have taken advantage of them. They have used them to put music online for others to obtain for free and then use them to obtain music for themselves. Instead, these people should download one of the several legal sites that offer pay and download as you go music. These type of sites, such as iTunes, gives the money that is owed to the music industry and at the same time allows users to obtain the music easily and from home. These music files also won't carry the viruses and security breaches that will later corrupt the user's computer. It's all around smarter and safer way to download music. This is an example of iTunes, which offers a legal way of downloading music